for my ISP this year, I've tried to create a website. Well, I'm actually done right now, but I couldn't post it on our discussion board because the file was way too big. And so I've done a comparison essay on The Memory Keeper's Daughter by Kim Edwards and My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. So what I've done now was I have shown the slices and hotspots, and I will be showing the website now. So we'll go to home, and it is actually a website like just like internet, just normal. It says, welcome to Sylvia Nayang Han's website. I will be comparing The Memory Keeper's Daughter and My Sister's Keeper. And over here it says last updated January 13, 2010. So first, we will begin by clicking the introduction. Introduction. Let's zoom in. Late treachery within a family is a widespread dilemma in modern civilization which takes place commonly. This is a worldwide catastrophe because, although it may not be seen as a big problem immediately, once the relationship of a family withers, it is extremely difficult to mend, creating an uncomfortable atmosphere and position for all family members. One person's mistake can affect the entire family significantly, and this situation is evident in the novels The Memory Keeper's Daughter by Kim Edwards and My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. So let's go to refine thesis before we go back to the menu. Okay, let's zoom in. Refine thesis statement. The two novels share similar themes and character traits because the main characters, Dr. David Henry in The Memory Keeper's Daughter and Anna Fitzgerald in My Sister's Keeper, are the deceivers hated as a result of being too considerate of others. Their lies are the main reason for their family's adversity, and they are heavily acknowledged only after death. So that is going to be the outline for what I'm going to be explaining throughout the website. So back to menu, and this time we will go to body. So it says body paragraph. The three supporting arguments are A, deceivers, B, the main reason for the family's adversity, and C, they're not acknowledged until death. So we will try clicking A. Okay, so it says topic sentence. In The Memory Keeper's Daughter, Dr. David Henry was a highly regarded orthopedic surgeon in his time, and he had everything he had ever wished for. However, his happiness soon ended when his wife gave birth to twins. Why? Because his son was absolutely normal, but his daughter was suffering with a genetic mutation called Down syndrome. Similarly, in Jodi Picoult's novel, My Sister's Keeper, Anna is born perfectly normal while her sister named Kate was suffering from a life-threatening disease called leukemia. So the main point is Dr. David Henry lies to his wife by telling her that the baby died, not to protect himself only, but to protect his wife from a life of pain. So the proof? Oh my love, he said, I am so sorry our little daughter has died as she was born. Page 43, The Memory Keeper's Daughter, Kim Edwards. So another good proof is, don't you see? This poor child will most likely have a serious heart defect, a fatal one. I'm trying to spare us all a terrible grief. On page 42, The Memory Keeper's Daughter, Kim Edwards. So my comment about that is, throughout the novel, because of this lie, he is put in many situations where he cannot explain himself, leaving Nora confused and making her feel that he is hiding something. And by he, I am referring to Dr. David Henry. Okay, so she begins to question him in having an affair with another woman, and throughout the novel, an atmosphere of hatred is present. So a point for My Sister's Keeper is, point, Anna lies to the family in order to fulfill her promise of rejecting the surgery for her sister Kate Fitzgerald, who was suffering from leukemia. Proof, most babies are accidents, not me, I was engineered, born to save my sister's life. Page 40, My Sister's Keeper, Jodi Picoult. Okay, so my comment for My Sister's Keeper is, Although Anna in the beginning appears to be the atrocious, self-centered girl who does not care for anyone else but herself, she admits later that her sister with leukemia named Kate has requested her to lie so that her parents would finally put her out of her misery. Anna has lied to her family and relatives, even her lawyer, and the person who felt the most betrayed was her mother, who has been investing most of her waking moments in supporting Kate. So, yeah. So I will click back to menu. And this time, let's go to point B. So the topic sentence is, Dr. David Henry meant well and wanted to prevent his wife, Nora, from pain. It was inevitable for his family to drift apart after the melancholy day of their daughter's death. In My Sister's Keeper, after the family first hears about Anna suing her parents, there is a dangerous tension between the family and everyone begins to drift apart as well. So point number one is Nora was starting to hallucinate what her daughter would have looked like if she were alive. And although she did not blame her husband for her daughter's death, she felt extremely lonely and Dr. David Henry was not there for her constantly. Okay, so when Nora was extremely lonely and Dr. David Henry was not there for her consistently, it has led her to having an affair with another man, and she has been caught by her own son. And the proof is, there was a silence, and Paul remembered the discarded pile of bright clothes on the beach. He thought of the many evenings when his mother had not made it home before midnight. Business, she always sighed, slipping off her shoes in the foyer, going straight to bed. That is on page 505, The Memory Keeper's Daughter. And my comment is that Nora feels that Dr. David Henry is hiding something from her, and they get in conflict several times, which leads to the wife having an affair. Unfortunately, their only son named Paul catches her in the act, and the idea of his mother meeting another man disgusts him. This quote explains that she is in fact having an affair with another man, for she is not pleased enough with Dr. David Henry. The entire family starts facing crisis, and communication is no longer possible. Okay, so the point for My Sister's Keeper is Anna and her family stop communicating once she has filled in a lawsuit. She doesn't tell the truth in the beginning, which makes her mother believe that Anna is just a selfish, ignorant child who does not care about her sister at all. The family starts to fall apart as the father disagrees with the mother's thoughts. The proof is, my mother moves so fast I do not even see it coming, but she slaps my face hard enough to make my head snap backward. She leaves a print that stains me long after it's faded. Okay, so that quote was on page 54 on My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. So my comment was how mother is disgusted by Anna, similar to the way Paul was disgusted by his mother. So my concluding statement is Anna and Dr. David Henry both have hard time communicating with their family members, and there is a dangerous tension between everyone. Okay, so let's go to point C. So I will click this. Okay. So the Memory Keeper's Daughter. So the topic sentence is only after the main character's death do other characters begin acknowledging her more. After Nora discovered the whereabouts of her daughter, she promises herself that she will not forgive her husband, but after his death, she starts being more understanding of her husband, finally seeing from his perspective. So point number one is after Dr. David Henry dies from a heart attack, Nora discovers the picture of Phoebe, her lost daughter. She realizes that he has loved her for she was his daughter too, and understands more than before. The proof of this is that a good person, David. He ran a clinic. He tended those in need. On page 656, The Memory Keeper's Daughter by Kim Edwards. Okay, so my comment is, the quote shows that Nora realizes what a good person David was when she reminisced about his and her past. She begins for a short while to miss him and appreciate his being. So for My Sister's Keeper. Okay, so that concludes my presentation, and thank you for watching. Bye.